Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Andersen of Madison Maximized Living. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? One of the 5 essentials to your best health is maximized quality nutrition. We often want to eat better, but we don't seem to get it done. We shy away from the real quality foods, yet seemingly are addicted to low quality junk foods. Join co-host Ellen Barrett and myself as we cover superfoods that your body craves. The more superfoods you eat, the more you leave the addictive junk food behind. Coming up next.
Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen. I'm really excited to be here today because we're talking superfoods, and one of the pillars of Maximize Living is that maximized nutrition. And these are a good way to do that. So we're going to talk about four superfoods you can incorporate.
4 superfoods, and then we're going to mix them together in the most restorative, replenishing drink you could possibly imagine.
I love it.
So let's go through each of the products. The first one we have is ginger. This is what ginger looks like.
I don't know if everybody's probably seen what ginger,
a lot of people don't even know what
right?
it looks like, yeah.
It's a root. Kind of gnarly looking.
Yeah, it's really gnarly looking, and I guess from what I read, it's okay to break off little pieces in the store if you don't, without doing too much.
Well, because most recipes, it's pretty concentrated, isn't it? It's a very concentrated ingredient.
It's so powerful. And it's hard to cut it and shave it, and it's hard to use a potato peeler on it. So what is suggested is take the back of a spoon and scrape the peel off.
Oh, okay.
To clean the ginger, and you waste a lot less. Took
Very
me a while
nice.
to learn that. I wasted some ginger in the process.
So a good pro tip if you're trying to include it.
Yeah, and ginger is amazing.
Yeah.
It helps relieve arthritis, pain, and helps increase mobility. It's well known for its nausea effects, anti-nausea.
Maybe that's
morning
why
sickness.
when you have, if you have a drink with ginger in it, it makes you feel better.
Yeah, and morning sickness, seasickness. Helps alleviate gastrointestinal problems. It reduces pain and inflammation. It's a superfood. It also spares what's called glutathione.
Okay.
Glutathione is a major antioxidant in the body, and so helpful for keeping our body healthy. And it suppresses inflammatory cytokines, which run around it. Our fat cells have cytokines. This suppresses it from going around causing damage in our body. And it's even helpful with many forms of cancer. So we're going to take ginger, and what we did with the ginger is we boiled it for diced it up, and then boiled it for about 2 minutes and let it steep for 20. And so this is ginger in water, and we're going to add that to a drink after we go through the other ingredients.
Very cool. I was wondering, because it's a very hard root. It's not very porous, so I would imagine you'd have to kind of let it stew or boil it or cook it in some way.
And of course, ginger is awesome in any food. I love to dice it up and put it in a stir fry.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so powerful properties with it.
Absolutely.
The next one is
what do we got?
Lemons.
Lemons. Oh my gosh, have you seen the videos where they put the lemons in a baby's mouth for the first time?
Oh no.
Have you seen those before?
No,
Google it, it's adorable.
Oh, that's got to be something.
But another great superfood, right?
Yeah, it's acid, but it actually turns alkaline in the body. It affects the body as an alkaline.
It's the opposite of what you would think.
It's alkaline forming in the body. And that's one of our big problems is we have so many acid forming foods.
Okay.
Meats, sugar, dairy, flour, and the alkaline foods are the fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
So that's where it's very powerful. It's antibacterial. It has bioflavonoids in it. The natural bioflavonoids. So you can't just take a vitamin C pill. You want the natural bioflavonoids with it.
Okay.
And they call it vitamin P. P as in Patrick. But it strengthens blood vessels. Is one of the things it does. It's a great liver detoxifier, so people can take half a lemon in 6-8 ounces of water in the morning.
I was going to say, I've heard of that.
It's very detoxifying for the body. And it's funny, a guy named Alfred Newman says, we drink fake lemonade now and we use fresh lemons in furniture polish. So we're a little.
That seems backwards.
We're a little backwards. But it'll destroy intestinal worms even, and even Sir Ellery Edmund Hillary,
Okay.
who climbed Mount Everest, first one to crest Mount Everest.
Sure.
He said he made it because of lemons, because they had very good oxygen-sparing qualities to it.
Oh, wow. So keep
So,
a couple of those in your
Yeah,
backpack.
22 anti-cancer compounds in it. And interestingly enough, they'll keep 4 or 5 weeks in your refrigerator, 7 to 10
Really?
days, as long as you keep them out of the sun.
That's
But
a
4 or
pretty
5 weeks, so
significant
you
amount of
should-
time.
Yeah, have it out, or have it in your refrigerator at all times. And just for fun, they used to use it during the Renaissance period. Ladies would use it to redden their lips so they would look more fashionable.
Oh, so a beauty tip as well. You
Yes,
can use
there
it in
you
a
go.
lot of different
I don't think it
ways.
would feel very good though.
Might
I
taste
didn't
kind of
try
good.
it, by the way.
We'll have more superfoods coming up right after this, so please stay with us.
Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.
Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen, and we're still talking superfoods. We've got some great stuff out here today. We've talked about ginger and lemons, and I want to talk about this right here because I feel like this is trending recently.
Yes.
Apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar is awesome.
Tell me about it. What are the benefits? I've
The
seen a lot
first
of
thing
people
you want to
using
know
it.
is the rule that we've both broken.
We have.
That is to drink it straight. Don't do it. You will pay for it for at least 5 minutes.
I don't know how people do that. I don't know if it's
I-
maybe something you can build up a tolerance to the taste, but man, for me,
It's too strong.
It's so strong.
So apple cider vinegar, this is my favorite kind, Bragg's, unfiltered, raw apple cider vinegar, and you can even see little things floating around in there.
Nice.
Those are all the bugs and things that help your body heal. So
The good stuff.
yeah, so it's a natural antibiotic. It helps with weight loss, lowers blood pressure, detoxifies. It's called acetic acid. It's a good source of polyphenols, which are good for heart disease, cancer prevention, diabetes, Alzheimer's, high in probiotics. It can be used as a tooth whitener.
Really?
And you mix it 50-50 with water in a spray can, you can use it for house cleaner.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, it's amazing. You can mix it with witch hazel and rub it on varicose veins.
Okay.
Or circular motion to help. It's a natural deodorant. You put a couple drops under your arms. It's a natural deodorant.
So you could basically have a giant jug of this in your home, and you're
Yeah.
going to find a way to use it up.
Yeah. Lowers triglycerides and blood pressure. And it's good for people with allergies. You take 2 tablespoons and probably a good 8-10 ounces of water.
Right.
2-3 times a day. And that'll be really, really helpful. So that's apple cider vinegar.
Awesome.
And hardly any calories, and it's not expensive, $5-6 for a jar like this, and it takes a long time to
And you can
go
use it
through
for
that.
everything.
Yeah, and then
Money
in
well
a test
spent.
with mice, they fed mice this, and they had a 10% increase in body fat loss, just from taking apple cider vinegar. So it has
Wow.
some real good weight loss tendencies to it.
That's amazing.
But so that's something we're going to add to our drink, and
Some yummy ingredients all coming together.
the most yummy one is coming up next.
Oh, I think it's sweet. Am I right?
Honey has some wonderful properties to it,
Honey makes everything better.
and raw organic honey is the way to go.
Sure.
And you can use maple syrup in this drink we're going to do as well, but chose honey.
So let me ask you first, why raw?
Because if you heat it up too much,
Sure.
it kills the effect of all the probiotics in there, and it doesn't have the same effect anymore. It doesn't have the same polyphenols. It doesn't work as an antioxidant as well.
Sure.
So
we want to keep all the good stuff in there.
yeah. You know, we eat about 150 pounds of refined sugar a year as adults.
Oh my gosh.
And worse yet, 62 pounds of high fructose corn syrup.
Oh, I like that because it helps me visualize what that looks like. And for a lot of people, I think we consume sugar every day and we don't think about it. But
Yeah,
man,
it's
that puts it
hidden
in
everything.
perspective.
And you could really be a lot healthier if you literally replaced it all with honey.
Right.
You know, but at least part of it.
Right.
But honey has 22 amino acids, 27 minerals, 5,000 enzymes in here.
Oh my goodness.
And to make 1 pound of honey, a bee has to get pollen from 2 million flowers.
2 million
They're
flowers.
hardworking bees.
It's a lot of love that goes into that honey.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then it's a natural sleep aid because it stimulates tryptophan, which leads to serotonin, which leads to melatonin. It's a natural cough syrup, honey is.
I've done that.
But you never want to give kids under 1 honey.
Okay.
You don't want to give kids under 1 honey because of botulism spores, and they don't have the system to handle that. So that's the one caveat about honey.
Sure.
But, and if you have bee allergies, you wouldn't want to do it. Manuka honey is probably the best brand. Manuka, it has about 4 times the nutrients in it. But
Goodness.
don't heat above 95 degrees, and enjoy your honey.
Oh my gosh, and replace all that sugar, use that yummy, yummy honey, and we're gonna be making some drinks when we come back, so stay with us.
Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.
Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen, and I'm really excited because we've been talking about superfoods and now we're putting them all together into a yummy drink called Switchel.
Switchel, yes.
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're using all of these ingredients, and it may be ingredients that people are familiar with, but maybe they haven't put together. So this is really an awesome beverage.
It's very nutritious, and it goes back to the 1700s where farmers used
Really?
to make this drink to rehydrate themselves in the fields. I think we had some wisdom back then.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
It isn't a blue electric colored drink or anything like that. It's 100% natural.
I
And
love
it actually
that.
restores your body.
Okay, I'm excited.
You're not
Can
going to glow after you drink.
That's a good thing. Well, you might glow because you're feeling so good
That's
on the
right.
inside, but
So-
in all the right ways.
So what we're going to start with is putting honey in a glass,
Okay.
and I'll just pour some in.
Oh, yum.
1 to
yum,
2
yum.
tablespoons. And you can do this to taste.
So can you double that for me?
You want double the honey. Okay,
I'm
honey.
just kidding.
That's
that
a lot of
looks
honey.
yummy.
It will not be sour for you.
Good.
And then lemons, being a superfood that it is, we're going to put lemon juice, about half a lemon in each one.
Okay.
So we're going to use this nice old-fashioned juicer.
I love that. I really like those because you can get way more juice out of those lemons than trying to squeeze it in your hand,
Yeah.
at least from what I've found.
And you don't have to clean a machine.
Very nice.
And then we just want to strain the seeds out. So
Gotcha.
we'll add about half of that lemon juice in each one.
Oh, I love that fresh smell. Makes me think of summer. So we've got
Then-
honey, lemons.
We're going to add your favorite apple cider vinegar.
I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous, Dr. Pat, because I have tried this, as we mentioned before, just plain, but I do like all the rest of these ingredients, so I think that's gonna help with that strong taste. I think that will.
This is the one you don't want to over pour in your first attempt. Yeah,
Right.
That's where we're going to measure it.
Don't just eyeball it.
Yeah, don't eyeball it because you'll end up putting too much in and it'll be a little strong.
Awesome.
And then, for our favorite, if you wouldn't mind holding the
Absolutely.
strainer, this is water with a cup of ginger,
Okay.
about 2 quarts of water, a cup of ginger, and you just boil it for 2 minutes and let it just steep for 20 minutes.
Okay, because it's got to soften up and get all
Yeah.
those yummy things
So
out.
there's going to be lots of chunks coming through.
Okay. I honestly, I like the chunks if some even get through. I'm a big fan of orange juice with lots of pulp.
Oh, we got a big
yum.
chunk of pulp there. There you go, you got your wish.
Awesome.
And I'll take that. Now, just to get that honey moving around, we'll stir that up a little bit.
Look at that beautiful golden color. Oh, that is lovely.
4 superfoods in one drink.
This is everything you need all in one. I feel like this, like you mentioned, kind of where its roots came from, this
Try
would
some
be
ice in
a
there.
perfect summer beverage,
Yes.
just like they used it for.
And yes, you can put alcohol in it, vodka or gin.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask next.
I was thinking you were going to ask that.
So you can make it an adult beverage or a not adult beverage. Oh, look at that.
A little ice.
Right to the brim. There you go, Dr. Pat.
Thank you.
So can I try a sip?
Yes, please do.
All right, guys, this is the big moment. That's amazing.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh, it has so much flavor. The first thing I taste is the ginger, which I'm a big, big fan of ginger. I love ginger. And the apple cider vinegar, it's a very subdued flavor.
It gives a little apple flavor.
It does,
It's fairly sweet.
but it's not overbearing.
Yeah. And you can mix those ingredients whatever levels you want to your own taste. But this is a replenishing. When you're outside working hard, have some of this
Oh my
rather
gosh.
than a cola or a blue or green or orange drink. pink
Absolutely.
drink.
Yeah, trying to refuel for all that energy if you're spending time outside. I mean, this is the perfect way to do it. I could see making a big like picture of this too. Maybe if you're having a party or you're going out on the lake or something like that for a picnic. Bring
You
a
get
big
plenty
thing
of
of this
apple
with.
cider vinegar in that way.
Absolutely. Oh, that's super, super yummy. And we'll be back with more Maximize Living after this.
Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.
Welcome back to Maximize Living with Dr. Patrick Andersen. I'm enjoying a beverage because we're talking about superfoods today. We just made a superfood beverage and we've got some more to cover. And we're gonna talk a little bit more about honey, which I'm glad because
Honey and
I love
cinnamon.
honey. Okay, those are two great things.
So you can mix them together. Actually, we're going to do that in just a second. But cinnamon is one of the best spices out there.
Yeah.
And there's really two kinds. One's called Ceylon cinnamon. That's the better kind. Another one, most common one, is called cassia cinnamon.
Okay.
But when you start thinking of taking cinnamon for its health benefits, then you want to use the Ceylon cinnamon because
Okay.
there's a product called coumarin in the cassia cinnamon, which doesn't is harder on the liver. It has some toxic effects. If you're taking a lot of it, then you want to use the Ceylon kind.
Okay.
But cinnamon has amazing properties. You name it's everything anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal,
Oh my.
antiviral. And cinnamon is just an awesome thing to put in your body on a regular basis. And it tastes great.
It does.
It reduces LDL cholesterol, helps regenerate heart tissue. It's good if you have Candida albicans, which is a common fungal infection that people
Okay.
have from too many antibiotics, too many white foods that are low in fiber and you don't feed your normal flora.
Okay.
So a lot of people get Candida issues and fungal issues. And you can also use it as a sweetener without sugar.
I was gonna say, that's the big one for me. Oatmeal in particular,
Yeah.
instead of adding brown sugar or something, I do cinnamon and it just helps enhance
Yeah.
the flavor so much.
So one thing we want to do is very helpful is to just mix some honey and cinnamon together.
Okay, awesome.
Put some honey on a plate or in this big spoon if you want to do that.
Now, Dr. Pat, this is something I've actually done as a face mask before. It was a little bit of honey, a little bit of cinnamon, and some lemon, and you massaged it into your skin. And I'm assuming all those benefits you mentioned.
Did you leave it on?
I did, for a little
Did
bit.
you go out that way?
Oh, no, I did not, because it's very bright and orange and brown. So I left it on for a little bit, and then of course you rinse it off. But it made my skin super soft and anti-inflammatory.
No, it's wonderful for the skin. There's so many of these things we're talking about are good for the skin.
I would think too, if maybe you have some blemishes or something like that, this would be a great way, something to put
Yeah.
on that's natural.
I even saw for the apple cider vinegar can be helpful on warts. I mean, besides everything else, the
That
cleaning
stuff
solution.
is good for everything.
But taste this.
I'm feeling this is going to be good. All right. I could eat this just like this.
So it's very healthy to have a tablespoon of honey and maybe a half teaspoon
Yum.
of cinnamon to get all those antioxidants and all those wonderful properties that food already has. So let food be thy medicine is one of the themes we have.
Right. And remember too that mixing those two things together, give that a taste, and you can probably think of a lot of different dishes that you can add that to that add sweetness and flavor without adding sugar.
Apples in a crock pot, by the way, is just
Ooh.
wonderful. Add some lemon peel and some orange juice.
Oh my goodness.
And cook that in a crock pot and it's awesome.
Oh man,
So food is fun.
you're making me hungry. What else do we have here?
We have grapefruit juice.
Okay.
It's such a good diet food. A lot of people lose weight if they have a half a grapefruit before meals. And because of the fiber and the nutrients in it.
Awesome.
It has lycopene in it, which is anti-cancer properties. It lowers LDL cholesterol. It's really high in water.
Sure.
Boosts immunity, high in fiber. And one challenge with grapefruit is it interacts with 85 different medications.
Really?
Yeah, so if you take those specific medications, then you got to talk to your doctor before you
Okay.
drink grapefruit juice.
That's important to note, so keep that in mind.
But otherwise, a wonderful superfood, and it's lower glycemic index. So what that means is it doesn't break down to sugar as fast as, say, orange juice would.
Okay.
And so you want to keep your sugar levels down and burn more fat. And that grapefruit would be very helpful.
So much yummy stuff. We also have baby spinach, we've got broccoli, asparagus, all great superfoods. Stay with us. We'll be talking more superfoods when we come back.
Have your questions for Dr. Pat answered on an episode of Maximize Living. Send your email to drpat@wi57.tv.
Thank you for watching our show on superfoods. I hope it caused your mouth to water a little and created the desire to head right out to the healthy section of your grocery store. Every day you put better quality food into your body, you are healthier the next day. Keep in mind, your nervous system runs your digestive system. Without a properly functioning nervous system, it hardly matters what you eat. One of the best ways you can move towards health is to have your spine and nervous checked by a chiropractor. For a thorough checkup, call Maximize Living at 608-833-1282. For Maximize Living, I'm Dr. Patrick Andersen. Until next time, live well and God bless.